into my little test project here, and we're going to go through conditional logic. So let's go to the request builder, the first page. I'm going to rename this section conditional logic. All right, and now I'm going to add my first question. Conditional logic will only work on a question that is a single select. So you must have a single select to ask that question. So let's ask the question, and we might say, how many extra questions do you want? All right, so here we're just going to say 1, 2, and none. All right, so this is the question, and we will now add extra questions or extra fields that will only show up depending on what the answer is up here. So for this first one, we might say, okay, so this is your question number 1. And we want that to show up when the first question is, so the first answer is selected, but we'll also want question number 1 to come up when the second answer is selected. So we'll go into conditional logic here, and this is the section that we want. So we wanted this new question to show if any of 1 or 2 is selected. So you can say here you can hide it. So you could actually turn it around and say, I want to hide this if none is selected. But this way, nothing is going to show until they've actually put an answer. If I do it the other way around, every question will show up until they say none. So I'll keep it like that for now. And if we move down and put the second field, and you can choose any of these fields for the following questions that are linked to the top. So now we'll say question number 2. And in this instance, this is only to show up if number 2 is selected. And then we'll go to question, oh no, we don't have another question, because if it's 3, then nothing shows up. So now if we move to preview, and we'll save the changes. So you can see here, you ask the first question, nothing else is showing up. If you say you want 1 extra question, that question's showing through. 2 questions, you've got question 1, question 2, you've got the 2 questions here. And if you say none, it goes back to having nothing there. So that's how your conditional logic works. And if we go back, you'll see here. So that's your conditional logic. So you can select it on that single select as well, but obviously you need to have another single select question beforehand in order for this one to link up to that one. But that's how you know that the conditional logic has been set.